Libby!
Yo, Bradford A. What are we doing here today, sir?
Oh my gosh. Well, we are spending time on That's Awesome, our podcast.
Buddy.
We've been a little irregular here, but expect it to regulate. Regulators, mount up. It was a
great song.
Yeah. But in the meantime, we are here, and one of the things we want to talk about is our holiday shows. Our holiday shows have really completely come into view. All of them are up. We added a couple that I don't think we even talked about to anybody.
That's true. We should probably talk about that.
So, so in November, just to remind you.
Yeah, let's go. Because look, it's time now. Labor Day's over.
Right.
And now we're getting into hopefully fall at some point. Doesn't feel like that anywhere in the country. But
not really.
We're going to try to move in that direction today.
That's right. So in November, we are doing our holiday show, which is a 90-minute music, comedy, holiday tradition, audience participation, extravaganza, if you will.
Yes.
So Tuesday, November 7th, we're going to be at the Dania Improv in Dania Beach, Florida. Wednesday, November 8th at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida, obviously.
Yes.
Thursday, November 9th, up in Tampa at the Improv in Ybor City?
I don't know if that's Ybor Town, dude.
Ybor Town. And then we're taking the day off on Friday because we couldn't find a theater in Georgia. Sorry, Georgia. Then we're going, so Saturday, November 11th, we're going to be in Charlotte at the Comedy Zone. Great room that we've played a bunch of times that we love. And then Sunday, November 12th, up to Virginia Beach at the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach. Great room, great crowd. So that is
a fun time. Yeah.
November. Now into December. Shall we go?
Sure we can.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. December.
Happy Thanksgiving. And then now, here we go.
Saturday, December 2nd, we're going to be in Chicagoland at the Zanies in Rosemont, right out by O'Hare.
We haven't been there for a while too, so I'm excited about that. It's been a while.
Totally.
That's old school for us.
I wonder if one of the One Direction guys will be playing the place next door.
That's right. Who was it again?
Zayn Malik.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it wasn't Harry.
Oh, I thought.
Or it might have been Neil.
No, yeah, that's who it was.
Neil Horan.
That's who it was. Yeah.
It was one of them. Okay.
There was
all right. So that's Saturday, December 2nd. And then Sunday, December 3rd, we're going back to the Milwaukee Improv, which we did earlier this year. Loved it so much, and they liked us. So we're going back, doing our holiday show in Milwaukee on Sunday, December 3rd.
Yes.
Now, a week and a half later, we're hitting Laugh Boston in Boston, Massachusetts, December 12th, Tuesday, December 12th. Then we are going over to Albany on Wednesday, December 13th, playing the Funny Bone in Albany. Then down to on Thursday the 14th out to Long Island to Levittown at Governor's. Friday, December 15th, Bridgeport, Connecticut at the Stress Factory. Saturday, December 16th, the other Stress Factory in New Brunswick. And then Sunday, December 17th at the Punchline Philly in Philadelphia.
Nice.
And that sounded like I was ending it. Like it pitched down, like I was
plus,
landing the plane.
Plus the bumble stumble didn't help it. Didn't help at all.
It didn't help at all.
No.
And then, so that's Sunday, December 17th. The next Wednesday, 3 days later, you could even consider it part of the same tour with just a day off.
That's kind of crazy.
I mean,
yeah.
So Wednesday, December 20th, we'll be in Sacramento at the Punchline in Sacramento. Yeah. One of our favorite places to play.
Now, urban legend has it that it's almost sold out. Now, I don't know if this is true. We're trying to get some real numbers on this place.
Right.
So, and I talked to Linda today. She's going to start compiling all the numbers for the tour. But if Sacramento is on your radar a little bit, maybe don't wait on that one. The other ones, we're not sure.
We're not sure. I mean, we would always say don't. We would always say don't wait anyway.
No, the holiday shows will. I mean, listen, we put it up in August for sale.
Yeah.
And, there was one club that emailed back that we sold over 50 or 60 tickets within the first week.
Right.
And with 250, it's probably going to sell out. So,
yeah,
just don't wait on the holiday show because we never know.
Yeah. So that's Wednesday, December 20th, Sacramento. And then the next day, Thursday, December 21st, staying in California, going south.
We're trying it.
To the Irvine Improv.
We're doing it.
That beautiful room down in Irvine.
Yeah, that's
California.
a great room. So we've never done the holiday show there though.
We've never done the holiday show in Irvine.
We did our last show there a couple years ago.
Right coming out of the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah. 2021. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good room though.
It's
very well set up for us.
Oh, for sure.
It's kind of like the Wisconsin room to some degree. Milwaukee,
yeah.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a well-run space. So, tickets for all these are available with regular general admission tickets where you get to see the show, VIP tickets where you see the show generally with the best seats. Some clubs can't offer that, but then we do a post-show meet and greet where you come up, take a picture with us, get a chance to say a quick hi. We love that. And so anyway, stonecoldandthejackal.com to get all those tickets. All right, that's accomplished.
You're done, bro.
Woof.
That's it.
Yeah,
buddy.
So, speaking of shows,
yes, sir.
I mean, a lot of those rooms that we just stated, Maurice is hitting them as we speak.
He is hitting them as we speak, and from what I hear, he has put together a show.
Yeah,
I've been trying to
figure that out as well. I know he brought his son along to do some music.
Cool. Yeah.
I know in certain places he had some other castmates doing some
cameos.
Doing some scene work, flipping characters a little bit, and
interesting.
I can tell he's been telling some stories and doing some material.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
it's great. It's great for him.
And it seems like he I think I heard him say like he did some hypnosis.
Really?
Where?
There? Live?
No, not as part of the show.
Oh,
as kind of like a prep, so like for his anxiety on planes and whatnot.
Oh, interesting.
And
hey, listen.
Hey,
go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, use all the tools in the toolbox, right?
Well, I mean, the interesting thing about hypnosis, and I don't necessarily not believe in hypnosis, is that if you believe it's going to help you, it's going to help you.
Oh, that's
the beautiful thing about it is a process that maybe will instill some belief that you can get over something because you believe this will help you.
Yeah.
Right. So
I think that's with anything. It's good, right?
It is with it. 100% is with anything, but you could say it all day long in your head that I believe this.
Right.
Right. But did I tell you about the story where it was a doctor who had, I don't know the exact amount, but it was, let's just say 50 people with the same knee injury.
Yeah.
Okay. It was like ACL or MCL. And he was really into the power of healing with your mind. So he took this group and half he gave them the surgery. The other half, he put them under, but didn't give them the surgery. And they had nearly the same results.
Wonder what he charged.
Because
he charged the people with that.
I don't know, but they believed that they got the surgery. So they're like, yeah, my knee's feeling great now. Yeah, it feels good, right? They're going through rehab. Yeah, it feels really good. I can walk on it now. So it's like the same thing. If someone's putting you under, telling you they're going to do something to you that's going to help you, you're more likely to believe it than if it wasn't a process like hypnosis. They supposedly put you under and you go, oh, no more anxiety. Oh, you're healed, right? So, I mean, that's the hardest thing is because I believe that we can get through all these stuff with this power of belief because your mind is super, super powerful. But sometimes you need that like, hey, hypnosis might work. Okay, it worked, but maybe it didn't. Maybe it was your mind the whole time.
We talk about, creating new habits, and it's about kind of rewiring your brain a little bit. And what does it take 100%. To rewire your brain? But if you have something like that, where all of a sudden someone says, oh, your brain's rewired, you now have permission to function in a different way.
Correct. Yes. That's the key, right? Is we have to figure out, that's the hardest thing, figure out how to give yourself permission.
Right.
To rewire.
Yeah.
Through your habits, through your thought process.
Right.
So that's the hard part, but it can be done.
Oh yeah.
It can be done
Yeah.
100%. But
You
I'm
know what?
glad I'm glad. Like flying was always a big deal for
Oh
him.
gosh, yeah.
But he's in a good place, I think, in his life now where he seems to be way more at peace. It feels like he's following his calling to some degree with helping people, um, with
State of
mental
mind.
illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, with mental illness, and that does something to you too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Physiologically, like you're doing something that's serving people, that's helping people, that's love, it's compassion. That helps, man.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it really, I think it's a game changer for him in life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything doesn't have to be like, oh, it's acting or it's nothing, which it was for a lot of us for so long.
Yes.
And now you have something else that you can divert some of that energy into that does fulfill you, that you have a passion for, and I think that's very healing.
Yeah. I mean, so many of our contemporaries are uh not working, right? Like
Sure.
obviously in soaps we're lucky enough to be to
Correct.
still be filming, but a lot of our contemporaries, whether they be writers, actors, filmmakers, whatever, nobody's working. And it's been interesting hearing kind of anecdotally what other people are doing. And like, because there's always that stigma against actors having, seeing an actor doing something else as a survival job, and then the assumption is, oh
They
well,
can't act anymore.
or yes, they're
Right.
not acting anymore, they're failing, if you will, right?
True.
um and I wonder,
Mm,
with this extended strike, and a lot of actors are doing these side jobs, and I think maybe um the assumption that all actors that people see on TV are flush.
sure.
I'm hoping that this is maybe one of those times where people go, oh, that's, they're just tradespeople. This is their trade, and
Sure.
you know,
Well, it's that more now than ever.
oh gosh, yes,
You know what I mean? Like the old
yes.
days where you're like in the 90s on sitcoms, you're like, wow, that dude's rolling because he was most likely,
Well, yeah, if they were
depending on how he
regulars,
handled his money.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
But now
Um,
it's like you could be a star of a Netflix show and be barely making it.
right, exactly
You know
right,
what I mean? So,
exactly right. Um,
yeah.
but speaking of breaks, soaps, a lot of people were, hiatus isn't the right word, but a lot of people had a couple weeks off. That's why Maurice is doing a
Sure.
15-day run, because GH
Yeah.
had 2 weeks off. I know Days had a week off. Like, I
Yeah.
was thinking, like, in the old days this didn't happen.
No.
And do you think this schedule, like the crazy hurry up and get it done but then take a week off, is more appealing to, I mean, it's
To
probably
who?
more, well, to anybody. Like, do you like it better, right?
It's appealing to the actors, but let's
Oh
not
yeah.
go. Let's not. You had another train of thought though. What you were talking about with the people with your actors that were maybe dabbling into something else
Yeah.
where it didn't look like it was like, oh, you failed over here, so now you're trying to do this over here.
Sure.
But if we want to look at it from a bigger view, a macro view, look at what COVID did.
Yeah.
Right? COVID, people were out of a job.
Yes.
Jobs were shut down. If you didn't have the luxury to work from home,
Right.
you could be done. And a lot of people were done. And that gave some people opportunities to go, what is it I really want to do?
Mm.
We don't get these opportunities in life, though, often, where life goes, hey, we're taking a left turn here. You're going to have some time to really think about, is this what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Right. What am I chasing here?
Right? What are you chasing here? And this
Yeah.
is a lot with my clients. One in particular works in the court system. She's crazy with, she's in court all the time and all this stuff. And then she's taking a 2-week break. She's going back to Croatia to relax, just kind of recharge, reboot, and just, break free from the rat race.
Yeah.
And it just gives you like things like this in our life, even though there's usually negative effects of it. It does give you a chance to go, is this really what I want to do? Is it worth, like, for a not a work actor or a struggling actor or someone who maybe just maybe paying their bills? Like, is this really what I want to do? What else do I have a passion for?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can direct that passion into making money at some point, somehow,
Sure.
so that's why all these changes are okay. And I'm not saying it's okay with the strikes, because it's costing people a ton of money, and the city a ton of money, and just
Yeah.
the economy a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it is sometimes in our lives where you go, hey, what is it I really want to do? And that's what happened to me multiple times. The first time I left GH, the second time I left GH, it put me in a different direction, because you can clear your head and go, what is it? What
Mm.
is it I want to do?
Yeah.
And go for it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we are worried about what other people think about us. Like, oh, you're failing, you can't act, so you have to go do something else. But hey, that's life.
Yeah.
That's life. Like, this is the hand we're dealt, and we have to play it to the best of our ability all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes people have families to provide for, and they got to do things that they might not want to do too. So it's just an interesting thought, because I believe that, like you said, most people who aren't in the business assume if you're on a show, you hit the lottery and you're rich.
Yeah.
Rich, but that's not the case.
Something struck me yesterday. And it was thinking about, I was listening to something about change, and how,
Interesting.
yeah. And
I don't post often, but my
Yeah.
post today I was writing before I picked up Brooke from school was all about change. Go ahead, please.
Well, and it just occurred to me, it's like, there's so much for me, like there's so much fear about I got to keep this the same. I got to keep this. And then it occurred to me, like, in our lifespan, change is the thing that makes life interesting. Change is the thing that gives our life color. Change is the thing that,
Sure.
like, why would you want a life where less happens? And like retaining the sameness. And I was like, oh, that makes me think about change a little bit different. Because there is some anxiety about, like, food on the table, that kind of anxiety, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Roof overhead, food on the table anxiety, like those baseline things, right? But if in those, when you have a family, people that you have to take care of, that is always a factor, right?
Sure.
But the other stuff, if you can kind of rise above that level, which sometimes it's hard to, man, like, being open to those changes is easier, because you're like, that's experience, that's life, like that's what we're here to do.
Correct. And this is what you just said was awesome, because that was a lot with my post this morning. It's like, change is inevitable.
Yeah.
Right. Everything's changing all the time. We in our human brains go, oh, we need to keep it the same, because most of the time the problem, and the same thing for me, was that I wasn't changing. Right. So if you're changing, trying to become a better human being, trying to become better in every category that you might think that you're not great in, and if you're evolving, you're not going to be so afraid of what's evolving around you.
Right.
Because you're going to have the capability to handle it better. Right now, sometimes we don't have the tools to handle the things that are thrown at us. Right. And we're not, even as human beings, we're not meant to stay the same. There is higher versions of ourselves along the way if we choose to go down that path.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But most don't really do that. They're not aware enough sometimes to go, oh, maybe instead of blaming everything external, maybe I need to look within and go, what can I do? How can I let this not affect me so much? Right. And that's the quote I always use is circumstances don't define you. It reveals you to yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's in all this stuff, the strikes, COVID, family tragedies, relationships, kids, life. This is what life is.
Yeah.
And change is inevitable. And we have to get to a place where you can go, okay, I'm at peace. I can deal with this change.
Yeah.
With whatever it is, I'm going to deal with it,
Yeah.
And there was times where I couldn't either, it's like, but if you invest in you, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Because if you were investing in you daily and become this new version, or whoever you want to be, whoever you want to create with good habits, you'll be able to take on so much more in your life.
Yeah.
And that's the truth, so. But change is scary sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you can get to that place where the perspective changes and you're like, oh, this is okay.
Well,
Man,
yeah.
your world opens up. Like,
Yeah.
this is okay.
Right.
Hey, I got fired from my job. It's okay.
Right.
What's coming? Something good's coming. Something's coming.
Right.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what we're trying. That's what I'm trying to do, man.
Yeah.
Every day, bro.
Yeah.
Always, but yeah. But that's a good point. And we had one more thing, but we were going somewhere else with this.
We're just talking about
with the time off.
With the time off. Yeah.
Yeah, to kind of just wrap that up, because I know we're going to go do a more awesome. But the time off it's great for the actors. It's not so great for the crew.
That's true.
That's the bottom. I mean, if I'm looking at it from
and that's a very important point. That's a very important point.
Yeah. So it's not great for them. Some of them can bounce around. Like a lot of the union guys can pick up work.
Sure.
Well, not now.
No.
Because
there's no other work.
But again, everybody is grateful that we're even working as daytime people.
Yeah.
That we can actually still work. So
yeah.
It's all perspective, but usually if there's no strikes, nothing's happening, most of the guys can bounce around in the union and make money.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't. A lot of people can. So
yeah. Well, speaking of changes, and I just saw these headlines, and I just want to do shout outs. I want to do shout outs.
Okay.
Chad Duell's a dad.
Yeah, there you go. Congrats, Chad.
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
That's a big change.
Haley Aaron, our friend Haley, our old friend Haley, going to YNR.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Sweet. That's
awesome.
Amazing.
JP Lavoisier on days. Our old friend JP. You've seen him, I think, probably.
Yes, I have.
He's on days. I
Awesome.
had so much fun with JP back in the day when he was on One Life to Live, and our events were, we were doing ABC Daytime events together. Love that guy. Happy to see him.
Awesome.
Cassie DePaiva. Back to GH for a little bit or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I saw that headline.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Today's the first day.
She was on back on days too for a little while. I worked with her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
First day of football. Let's go.
Let's go. There you go. Yeah. Today, wait. NFL today starts. Yeah.
Game
there
1
you
tonight.
go, buddy.
Kansas City and who?
I don't know. Dude.
Detroit.
I'll start paying attention soon.
And I got to say,
promise.
I looked at the recaps for days, and I saw you and Tamara.
Yes.
She was holding like a James Bond gun. Do you remember this?
I do.
You took the gun from her and then you pointed it at the other guy?
Sure.
And you're like, let's get out of here at the hospital?
Yes.
Yes. So that aired, I think, yesterday.
Oh, cool. Yeah. We're about to go on a cool adventure. So get ready.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, on the run, baby.
Do you have a more, and forgive me, do you have a bigger gun
than that one?
Yes.
Not with us.
Not with you. Because okay. I'm not a huge gun aficionado, but that gun was definitely used by Timothy Dalton in License to Kill in 1991.
100% it was. But it could still do some damage, sir, just so you know.
And with a very slender British fellow.
It looks good.
It looks good. And it looked really good with Tamara. It looked really good.
But then I hold it and you're like, something's what doesn't match in this picture?
I don't know. It's like the bullets are made from I think of like Virginia Slims. Like they're just like it's like shoots staples.
Because he had to hold a martini while he was shooting. So
can't have a lot of kickback. That's right.
Had no kick. I couldn't do it, See, if Jason had a can of beer, at least he could shoot a gun and it wouldn't spill out like the martini.
That's right. That's right. Oh, man. Well, good luck to you and Ava on the Lam or wherever you're going.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, actually. Really great stuff. Good actors in this story, man. It's a lot of fun. Having a great time.
That's awesome. All right. Well, speaking of having a great time, this was lovely. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Reminder to check out our holiday shows. We don't get as serious in our holiday shows as sometimes we get in the podcast. Don't worry. Well, I guess we do have some serious moments. It's the holiday show. We're genuine.
Yes, of course.
Share tidings.
Grateful. Tidings and joy. Sure.
La, 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 la.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
stonecoldandthejackal.com for these
there you
two
go,
numbers.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Be well, everybody.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our tour dates at stonecoldandthejackal.com.